What's up, guys? So this video is going to be discussing how skill-based matchmaking changed from season 1, chapter 1, chapter 2 to chapter 3. The answer is not really. It's broadly the same. There's been a few minor changes, and so yeah, I'm just going to discuss now. So I found a replay file from a friend's game from chapter 2, season 1. So skill-based matching was introduced at the end of chapter 1, but it was only there for a few weeks, only in NA East, only in solos. And yeah, so this was when it fully kicked in. And you can see she's not a great player, 50 AI, less than 10 PC players. And again, another friend, chapter 2, season 4, 55 AI, 4 PC players. Now contrast that with a higher level lobby, which has 0 AI, and it was only chapter 2 season 7 or 8, I forget which, that they got rid of 0 AI lobbies. So for the most part, you knew you were in a high level lobby, the fact that you encountered 0 AI. And also, yeah, there's 76 PC players, but the point that I want to stress is that does not mean that they were any good. It just means that they were on PC. Okay. So, where does that leave us? Where it leaves us is if you see the current season, for the most part, on my main account, you'll see I get 15 AI lobbies, okay? Unless I'm playing with someone who's very low tier. However, for some reason, I didn't play, I didn't get a win in a while. Epic decided to give me an easy lobby, 65 AI, 6 PC players. I won the game. However, I wasn't even trying to win the game. I was just doing challenges, and because the past 100 games I've got 15 AI when doing solos, I just didn't expect that. But again, one game and they put me straight back into the main lobbies. So that's why I say that there's not really skill-based matchmaking. There's just we'll adjust the amount of AI and we'll adjust the platform split, and that's their skill-based matchmaking. So a question that I often get asked is, so why don't they get rid of skill-based matchmaking? Right. So the reason they don't want to get rid of skill-based matchmaking, and I need to compare a different account now, is on my Eagle account where I just load in, I don't build. You can see 75 2 PC players. These people, for the most part, don't build, so it's easy to separate them. Okay. Now, another picture that I wanted to show you was this is from Season X, before skill-based matchmaking was a thing. And what I want to stress is this is just based on KD. However, back then it was more relevant than now. You can see that the top players, only 7 of them had KD above 1. You see the guy who won the game, 3.8 KD, 63 wins. The bottom 50, so 50 players in that lobby had less than 0.5 KD. And you can see the yellow one is their wins. So most of these guys don't have wins. So if you're wondering who skill-based matchmaking is for, it's for these kinds of players who maybe 1 in 100, 1 in 1,000 games they would actually win. Like you can see here, like this guy, 400 games, not a single win. 300 games, not a single win, right? And so it's kind of easy to separate those kinds of players. So the people that are currently in 75 AR lobbies, they were this kind of player that would play hundreds of games, not get a win. Now they're pretty much in their own lobby. They're not going to learn how to build. And so they're having a great time, as it were. However, as much as I shit on Epic, for that part, yes, skill-based matchmaking does work for these kinds of players. But Epic, being Epic, are just lazy in that beyond that, they're not accounting for anything. Like, they could take, edits made, creative time, etc. into the equation, but they don't. Again, another lobby, you can see only 6 people had a KD above 1. So, I think the reason that lobbies seem a lot harder is not just the fact that Epic's skill matchmaking is whack, but rather, if you just assume that people are the same skill level, right? Half the lobby was just terrible back then. So it just seems like everyone is try hard because Epic have just got rid of the really bad players. And yeah, all right, fair enough. I understand it because think about it, like, if you played, 138 games, not got a win, or this guy Slayer, he's got like a 1% win rate, you're unlikely to stick to the game. And fair enough, but Epic are just so lazy at everything else in terms of the separation of the players that are above, oh, I don't build at all. It's just, oh, we'll just adjust the amount of AI, which doesn't really do anything. So, the other thing that's changed is there was a bit more movement back then. So you can see here, I wasn't always in zero AI lobbies. Sometimes I'd be in 15 AI, sometimes I'd be 25 AI, and even 35 AI. And there was lower than that, but obviously on my main account, I'm not going to get lower. So there was definitely more distinct categories of tiers, whereas right now it's pretty much just two or three depending on the time of day and region. And the other thing is they'll change it from say lowest in party to highest in party to an average, and that's about it really. So yeah, that's about it really. I don't really have much else to add. As ever, if you have any comments, questions, put them down below and consider subscribing to me. There's going to be a 19.1 update tomorrow. I doubt they're going to change anything for because from previous experience, Epic don't wait for update to change scope-based matchmaking. However, when they do make adjustments, it's usually tiny, apart from their weird 60 AI experiment.